Hi everyone, my name's Carly. I'm a Community Activation and Learning Officer for Melton City Council. And normally when we are out of lockdown, I am based in one of our community centres. But while we are in lockdown, we're filming some online content, including some recipes. There'll be some exercise coming, some arts and crafts. And today I'm going to make a batch of lemonade scones. It's a really simple 3-ingredient recipe. You just need 3 cups of self-raising flour that I've sifted into this bowl here. You'll need 1 cup of cream and 1 cup of lemonade. And I've preheated my fan-forced oven to 180. If your oven isn't fan-forced, you'll just need to preheat it to 200 degrees. So I'm just going to add the cup of lemonade. Now this lemonade isn't out of the fridge either, it's room temperature. So that's 1 cup of that. Pour that in. Okay, so I've added 1 cup of lemonade into the bowl with the 3 cups of self-raising flour. Don't mind my grumpy dog in the background. We're just going to add 1 cup of thickened cream now. Just scrape all that cream out. And just mix this together in the bowl. Just be gentle with it. You don't want to knock out too many of those bubbles from the lemonade. That's what will make the scones rise really well with the self-raising flour, and they'll be nice and fluffy. So once this has come together, we'll turn it out onto the floured bench space, and I'll roll it out to about 2 centimetres thick, and then we'll use a cookie cutter to cut the scone shapes. So there's only my husband and I in the house, so I wouldn't make a bigger batch than this. If you've got a few people in your family and you want to have a couple of scones each in the afternoon, you could double, or if you're having a picnic when we're out of lockdown and you want to make a batch for all your friends and family, you can just double and triple it. It's a really easy recipe to work with. You can also add a pinch of salt in if you like as well. So I'm just going to bring this together and then we'll flip it out onto the floured bench top. Okay, so I've just floured the bench surface, and I'm just going to flip this mixed lemonade, cream and flour onto the bench. It is a little bit sticky, but the flour on the bench will help that. So I'm just going to scrape out as much as I can. And you want to move fairly quickly with this because you don't want to lose the bubbles in the lemonade as you just work the dough. So put some flour on your hands, just pat that out. It is a bit of a sticky consistency, so just put a bit of extra flour on top so that you can move it around to about 2 centimetres thick. It is really pliable, so it'll be really easy to manipulate and flatten out. You won't struggle. So if you're doing this with your kids, this is a really good recipe to do with kids because it's really, really easy. There's not a lot of ingredients. You have to worry about too many dishes either, which is great. So I'll just get a cookie cutter and we'll cut the scones out and put it onto a baking tray that's been lined with some baking paper. Okay, so I've grabbed one of my cookie cutters. This one's probably 6 centimetres across. I'm actually not sure of the width, but you can use if you don't have cookie cutters, you can just use a glass. Just flour it a little bit and then stick it straight in there. All right, so I've got a pile of flour here just to the side, so I just run the cookie cutter in it. Go as close to the edge so you're not wasting any of the dough. and just keep dipping the cutter in the dough and cut them as close as you can. So again, you're not wasting any of it, because then once you get to the end, you will batch all the offcuts together and make another pile to cut from. So I'll keep cutting all of these up and putting them onto the tray, and then we'll chuck them in the oven. Okay, so that's given me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and a little one. So that's from the 3 cups of self-raising flour. This is a Country Women's Association recipe, so they are tried, tested, and 5-star. I don't think I've ever done a CWA recipe of anything really that hasn't worked out to be close to perfect. So we're just going to put these in the oven now. My oven is preheated yet to the 180, so we'll put them in now for 12 to 15 minutes. I'll just monitor them. Once they get nice and golden on top, that's when they can come out. You don't want them overcooked. So we'll put them in now. Okay, so they've just been placed in the oven that's been preheated to 180 degrees. I'll set that now to about, I'll do it for 12 minutes, and that way I can come and check on them then, and then if they need a couple of more minutes after that, we'll just add it. But yeah, we'll leave that. It's on the 180 there. And we'll let them bake, and hopefully we'll have some delicious, nice, lovely warm scones in a couple of minutes. So the scones are baked. They took approximately, they ended up taking about 15 minutes in our oven. So you'll just see they're nice and golden on top. They've risen. So that they're actually still quite warm for myself. We're just going to have ours with some fresh cream and jam. I've just whipped up the leftover cream from the recipe. You can make your own jam. We've actually got a jam making video on our Melton Learning Directory YouTube channel. So if you just go to our channel there, you'll be able to scale back to last year. We've got a couple of jam recipes in there, I think. You can even put some fresh fruit on them, or you can just eat them as they are. They actually smell really yummy. I think that lemonade gives them a nice sweet flavour. So if you're looking for any other activities, like I said, our Melton Learning Directory YouTube channel is full of kids activities, adult activities, there's exercise, arts and crafts, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. So go and have a look. I will put the recipe and the instructions and the ingredients, everything in the comment section below. So you'll be able to get all the details there. And if you've got any suggestions for videos, any recipes, any arts and crafts activities, anything like that you'd like to see on our channel, just put it in the comment section below, and we'll try and organise that for you in the extended lockdown that we're having here in Melbourne. I hope you enjoy the scone recipe, and I'll see you in the next video.